Okay, so question 5, we go from reading-based questions to writing-based questions. The more creative of the sections, I would say. Now, a 16-mark question for question 5, and they advise you here to spend 25 minutes on this one, and I think that you should stick to those timings, because they ask these questions with a particular time scale in mind, and so it's all obviously a very good idea to stick to those. Right, well, they are always going to ask you to create something in a particular form, and there is your first test. They will ask you to write a blog, they'll ask you to create a letter, they'll ask you to write a leaflet, they might ask you to write a speech, but they will ask you to write in a specific form, and you must do that because they will mark you according to how well you can stick to that form and how well you present it. They're looking at two things here: communication and organisation of ideas, and you need to satisfy both of those things in order to get the highest marks. So let's have a little think about these. Well, you need to make sure that you're convincing and compelling, and they are the two key words that they look for in the highest marks. Whatever you write, it needs to look and feel and sound like the actual form itself. So if you're writing a letter, it needs to have a clear narrative voice, it needs to have a very clear purpose to it. If you're writing a speech, you need to make sure that that speech is written in a particular tone, in the correct tone, that you're making those points in a bit specific tone as well. So whatever you've been asked to do, make sure A, that you write in the correct form, and B, that you match whatever you write to that form. So if it's a speech, it should be quite motivational, hopefully. If it's a letter, well, what do you want to achieve by that letter? What is the point of it? Make sure that those things are matched when you're doing them. Okie dokie.